Almost all of us are working from home right now, and it is a very different and unique experience for a lot of us because we are very used to working in an office and with a manager and a team leader around us all the time to keep us accountable and on track. But of course, that cannot be the case right now. Now that we're working from home, we are going to be our personal managers. So I thought I'll share 20 tips with you for making your work from home sessions more productive, more efficient, and a lot easier. So without further ado, let's quickly begin with my first tip, which is to have a morning routine. It is very easy for workaholics or for people like me who love what they do to just get up in the morning and head straight to work. Every single day I have to stop myself from rolling off the bed and just start working, and I would recommend the same to you. Do not get up in the morning and head straight to your desk and start working because it is not good for your mental health. First, focus on yourself and take some time to improve your mood and to increase your vibration, which will ensure that you are more productive while working. I think it would be a good idea to do whatever you used to normally do whenever you used to go to office, like taking a bath, getting dressed, having coffee, breakfast, or whatever your morning routine used to look like. My next tip is to have a structure. There might be days when you would not feel like working at all, and on such days your day will go in a blur and you'd be like, oh my god, is it noon already? I don't know where my day went by. I haven't even started working yet. And what helps in such situations is having a structure and knowing when to start. Obviously, some of us might be having set working hours, but most of us who do not have like a set schedule given by the office, you have to create a schedule for your own. Otherwise, you will end up like my parents who just have lost track of days and they think that every day is a Sunday. Something that I recommend you to do before you start working is to work out. I know that you might not feel like exercising in the morning, but if you do that, if you move your body in any way possible, then you get the blood flowing and you will release endorphins, which will elevate your mood, your focus, your productivity, and your energy levels. In fact, in a lot of studies, it was found that anybody who engages in physical activity, they would get a lot of benefits like improved mood, improved memory, and improved concentration. Now, after you've worked out, you followed your morning routine, before you sit down to work, you need to get ready and you need to get dressed for your work so that you're in a fresh and productive mood. Obviously, you do not have to wear something super fancy or do a lot of makeup, which you can. If you love makeup, you can do that. But at least take a shower, get dressed, do your skincare routine, and do not wear your PJs because PJs give a very lethargic vibe and we do not want that. I know that PJs are really comfortable and that is why we opt for them. So do not wear anything which you find uncomfortable like skinny jeans or something like that. Wear something which you would feel comfortable in but not so comfortable that you can sleep in them. And comb your hair because I never used to do that whenever I used to work from home and they would be in such a messy condition. So do your hair as well. My next tip is to have a dedicated workspace. The ideal situation would be to have a separate room or a home office which has a door that you can close while working, but obviously not everybody can have that liberty. I don't have that liberty as well. I have just one desk which is my workspace and that is it. No separate room. But having this dedicated workspace gives my brain the signal that okay, now that I'm on my desk, I need to get my work mode on. And if you do not have a dedicated workspace or a corner in the room, just make sure that you are sitting as far away from the bed as possible because your brain associates bed with sleep and every time you would look at the bed you would feel sleepy. I know this from experience because my desk is right next to the bed and there's nowhere else I can put it, so I know how it feels every time I look at the bed. So if you have to work from the couch, which I did for quite some time, or if you have to work from the kitchen counter or anywhere in the house, just ensure that you are keeping everything that you need for your work session around you and try to make that place as work friendly as you can so that you can easily enter the work mode whenever you sit there. But if you don't have any other option but to work on your bed, then something that would really help you is a laptop table. I got this for myself when I was in college and that was because I had no other option but to study on a bed. I used to try to pile up pillows to make a kind of desk out of them, but I would end up hurting my neck because that just wasn't high enough. Plus, this laptop table is going to give you the sense of having your own work desk. The next tip that I have for you is to avoid distractions. Set certain rules for your workspace, like not checking TikToks or watching YouTube videos at your desk. When you do a particular activity at a particular place, your brain associates that activity with that space. So when you are only working at your work desk, your brain will know that it only has to work when you sit there. Whenever I'm working, I make sure to turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone so that I don't get any social media notifications, but I still receive important calls. And if I'm working at the computer and I have no requirement of the internet, I would turn the Wi-Fi off there as well. Give this video a like to let me know that you're interested in watching a video on how to avoid distractions while working. But speaking of distractions, you also need to ensure that you do not let household chores come in between your work. Now, since you're at home, it is very easy for you to believe that you can do household chores while working. Let me break this to you. You cannot. Your brain does not work that way. You simply cannot simultaneously do laundry or do the dishes while working. It would only result into decreased productivity, plus it will take away a lot of your time, and you would not even get to know how an hour or two just went by. So while working from home, take your working hours very seriously and do not do anything that you would not do in an office. Now, there is going to be an imminent distraction while you're working from home. Everybody that you're living with, they are going to come to you when you are working. For you, it's work from home, but for them, it's, hey, you're home, so let's do this and let's do that. I live with my parents, and I think it's very challenging for them to see me right in front of them all the time and realize that I am not available for chores and that I'm working. So it's very important that you tell the people that you're living with about your working hours and ask them for their support and cooperation. The next tip that I have for you is to clean the clutter of your desk. There was actually a study done by the Princeton University. By the way, I've mentioned this research in this video as well. It was found in the research that the clutter on our desk has a direct relation with our cognitive performance and our attention span. So the more the clutter that is there on your desk, the lesser attention span you will be having. So before you start working, just clean the clutter off your desk and ensure that whatever is there on the desk is exactly what you'll be needing for your working session. And while you are doing some decluttering, why don't you declutter your digital space as well? So clear your downloads folder and your desktop. I'm pretty sure your brain is going to feel so fresh afterwards. It is very important to have a plan and set priorities. Otherwise, you will spend most of your time working on things that don't really matter, or you will end up spending a lot of time just thinking about what to do next. But having a clear plan and a to-do list right in front of you is going to make it very easy for you to stay on track. I have started using bullet journal from the past couple of months and I'm loving it. Let me know in the comments below if you would want to watch a video on how I plan my days using a bullet journal. And if you're not into pen and paper or bullet journal or analog methods, then you can use something digital like Google Calendar and to-do apps. Or if you want something very simple, you can also use a pen and a paper. You just need to have a plan right in front of you. And while you are creating a to-do list, just be considerate that you are not overloading yourself and you are considering actually practically how much can really be done in a day. My next tip is to do focused work. Estimate how much time you're going to be needing for a task, then set a timer for that time period and only focus on that particular task for that time period. If a task is too big, then divide it into smaller subtasks and then work on each subtask for the time that you have estimated for yourself. To help yourself focus better, you can also try playing some background music. Just ensure that you're using something which has no lyrics and only music. There are plenty of such playlists on Spotify, so you can easily find one for yourself. The one that I like is called Piano in the Background. When we are very engrossed in the work that we are doing, it is very easy to forget about taking breaks. But taking breaks is really important because there's only a limited amount of time for which we can focus continuously on one single task. After that, your brain will feel exhausted and you would not be able to focus on anything at all. So, to avoid burnout and exhaustion, make sure that you are taking regular breaks. An amazing way to do some deep focus work and to take breaks regularly is to use the Pomodoro technique, about which I've spoken in quite some detail in this video. When you're working from home, either of the two things are going to happen. You are either going to get so engrossed in the work that you're doing that you will completely forget about eating, or because the fridge is near you all the time, you'll binge eat processed food and you'll experience energy slump. So make sure to eat well and to eat frequently, but not continuously. Take a proper lunch break and eat something wholesome and homemade. Do not work while you're eating and do not eat at your work desk. And don't forget to hydrate. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. There was actually a research done in which it was found that being as little as 2% dehydrated can affect our cognitive performance negatively. The afternoon slump is real, guys, so take a break when you start feeling this slump in your energy levels. Do some physical activity, get your body moving so that you get the blood flowing, which will result into an improved energy level and an improvement in your focus as well. And if you're doing the same work for a long period of time, during this afternoon slump, just move on to something else because your brain gets really tired doing just one kind of work for a very long period of time. Invest in a pair of anti-glare glasses. Even if you work in an office, these are going to help you a lot. Earlier, my eyes used to hurt a lot. They would get all red and burn so much, and I would get such bad headaches because I would stare at the computer screen for the whole day. So having anti-glare glasses is going to really come in handy, especially while you're working from home, because work from home means working in front of the computer for more than 8 hours because you're going to lose track of time. And this brings me to my next tip, which is to set working deadlines. Since you're working from home, you have the liberty to set different working deadlines, but having a working deadline is really important because otherwise you're going to end up feeling exhausted and you will end up burning yourself out. Wind down and do something relaxing or do the things that you would normally do after coming back home from work. This winding down and relaxing is really important because otherwise, if you don't wind down properly every single day, you would end up feeling exhausted even the next day, and you would not be feeling so productive and focused when you work the next morning. By the way, you can check out this video in which I've shared 45 things that you can do while you are home quarantined. You can also watch this video if you are bored and don't know what to do. My next tip is to practice video conferencing. So many of us have to go on video conferences because social distancing. But if you've never been on a video conference before, then I highly recommend that you practice at least once before going on an actual video conference. Just ensure that you have a professional looking background. And if that is not possible, and if the video conference software that you're using is Zoom, then you can use a virtual background. Let me show you how you can do that. Okay, so you had a very productive working session, you winded down and relaxed, and now you feel like staying up till late and binge watching Netflix because you don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, you just have to stay home and work. But to ensure that you feel refreshed and relaxed and energetic the next day as well, you need to follow a good sleep schedule. And if you stay up till late, you are going to feel very sleepy and tired the next day, which is going to decrease your productivity. So try to have a set and consistent sleeping schedule to be more healthy, energetic, and productive. So far in this video, we have learned 20 things that we can do to make our work from home sessions more productive, efficient, and easy. Now I want you to go down below in the comment section and let me know what your work from home tips are to make your work sessions more effective and efficient. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel by pressing this button because I make videos on personal growth, productivity, and lifestyle. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like these two as well, so make sure to check them out. I'll see you guys soon in the next one. Until then, keep loving, keep dreaming. This is Ruchika Srivastav signing off. Bye.